Jason Rudiato. I graduated high school in 2008 from Canisius. Then I started with JIC Monash College program and continued my study in commerce at Monash University in Melbourne. I chose JIC as a university pathway program because it is a fast-track program. Within 2.5 years, I got my bachelor degrees with 2 majors from Monash University.
Hi, my name is Brian Austin Putra. I was a student in JIC studying the American program, and we studied the Western Michigan University Yoriko. So one of the great things about JIC is that they have a training program with WMU. So it guarantees us an admission to Western Michigan University. However, if we choose to transfer our credits to different universities or college, it is possible. So I think it benefits us a lot.
Hi, my name is Tariq. I'm a parent of a future student who plan to come to JIC here in Jakarta. We will be doing the Monash Foundation here. My son aiming to go to Monash University, which is one of the best in the world, to do engineering. So we found that this type of foundation here can be done in either Australia or here in Jakarta. We selected Jakarta International College to do it here. Jakarta International College is really a fantastic place. The team here are unbelievable. Cooperation, they are cooperating with us from day one. Of course, the fees is affordable compared to Australia. It's near to us. I am from the Middle East, so this place is better for us.
Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm just here to let you guys know that if any of you guys are planning to study abroad, but you're not really sure about leaving the country due to the whole pandemic that's happening right now, don't worry. You can still actually start your university right away through JIC. So how this works is this year you'll attend college or foundation at JIC, and then next year, finger crossed, hopefully when the whole pandemic is over, you'll directly get transferred to year 2 of uni. For me, JIC helps me to have a smoother transition between high school and uni. Trust me, it's a completely different thing. But the most important part is still the friends who makes living home and moving miles away to a new city less scary and much more exciting. Plus, they give you free snacks at JICs.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for joining our exclusive talk show, The Mindset to be High Achievers, Tips and Tricks with Jakarta International College, JIC. My name is Kiandra Susanto, and I'm the Marketing Director at JIC. I'm also JIC alumni and Monash University graduates. Here with me, I have David Henderson, who's the Global Relationship Director at JIC. You want to say hi?
Selamat pagi, Indonesia. Apa kabar? As you can tell, I am not an Indonesian. I am originally from the UK, but I have lived in Indonesia now for 20 years and have worked at JIC for over 10 years. So I'm very happy to be here.
Okay, thanks, David. And we're also very happy and very excited. We have these 2 guest speakers today. They're young and already they're very inspirational, and we have them today for their outstanding achievements. We feel that they could be like a role model for millennials people and the Generation Z people. So let us welcome Parama Suteja, who have been accepted to Harvard University for his master's degree. Congratulations, Parama.
Hey, thank you.
You want to say hi and introduce a bit about yourself?
Hi everyone. My name is Parama Pradana Suteja, but most people call me Parama or Rama. I'm originally from Indonesia, as you can tell, and then also I've been studying in Indonesia from my elementary until high school. until after I go to the United States for my bachelor's and my master.
And
Okay. We are also joined by what you might call a triple threat. This is
Wow.
Yoriko Angeline. She is an actress, a singer, a model, and soon to be a student at Jakarta International College, possibly her highest achievement so far. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Yoriko Angeline. People usually call me Yoriko. And I just graduated high school. And yeah, I'm a new student here in JIC. And yeah, basically that's it. And I'm a singer. I'm an actress also. And yeah, basically I work in the entertainment industry.
Okay, thank you for that. So, Parama, to start with, how did you do it? I mean, this is very unusual for somebody to come through an Indonesian education system and yet achieve such a high level of success at world-renowned, prestigious universities. So, first of all, how were you able to do that? How have you managed to balance life and still be so successful? Can you tell us a little bit about your attitude towards education and how you've managed to do that, please?
I see. I think one of the most important key for me to guide through all this is that a positive um, environment of people that I'm surrounded with. What I mean is that I've been very blessed to meet some of the best mentors who can guide me through my way to the universities that I wanted to go. So I would say one of the most important thing for everyone here is to have is a good mentor and also good people surround you.
Right, I agree. And Yoriko, what about you? How have you managed to get yourself to the level that you're at such a young age? What do you think has helped you?
I think, thanks God, like I got surrounded by people who like really support me in every way, especially my parents. They help me to manage my school with my work also, and then I have like my manager as well, who's like very very supportive with my school and then with my career in the entertainment industry. So basically having a positive environment, I think that's really important.
Okay. Kiandra?
And how did you guys do during high school? What were your favorite subjects, and what is it like to what about the interest outside of studying? Do you have it?
Yeah. To me, mine was for academic subject. I like chemistry at first. While my first intended major when I went to United States was chemical engineering until I changed to architecture. Outside academic subjects, I love photography, videography. I also do some music. Like I play drums, a little bit of piano and guitar. So it's a good thing for everyone here to have something to explore, and that way you can find your interests or your potential. So I think that's the important thing.
Sure. Yeah.
How about Yoriko?
Yeah.
Okay, so fun fact, I'm a science student, but in my school, even though we're science student, we still learn other subjects that's like not really related to science, example like economics, history, and all that. And yeah, basically, I had to take science because before, if we didn't take science, we can't really take the Ujian Nasional here in Indonesia, the national exam. So that's why I had to take the science program. And actually, my favorite subjects were economics, and then I love art. And there's this one subject in my school. It's called CBRC. It's about character building, where we have like mindfulness studying, mindfulness eating, mindfulness watching, and I really enjoy that subject. And I love history actually, but my most favorite science subject is biology.
That's quite interesting. What is mindfulness eating?
You just eat and like that's it. Like you don't really like you don't talk. Like you just enjoy the food and like I
Not
don't.
taking pictures.
We even have mindfulness sleeping. That's really interesting.
Oh.
Okay. Interesting. I've never heard of that subject anywhere else.
That's right.
Because you not have this. How would you describe yourself as high school students? Were you one of the nerds? Were you one of the cool kids? How would you think that you fitted in at high school? Did you have lots of friends, or did you feel a little bit like you were slightly different than other people? How was your high school experience?
My high school experience was really interesting actually. I have a lot of friends. I socialize a lot. I love to meet I love to meet new people and then make new friends, and I think high school was the best experience in my life.
Oh.
To now.
How about Parama?
Well, for me, I think it's the same too. I have friends. I have lots of friends. And I'd say the things that get me to have many friends is because I tried a bunch of things. So I have friends in photography. I have friends who play music. I have friends who studies a lot. And I have friends who I hang out with. It's different friends, but yeah, I managed to balance those out by managing my time. So I usually make my weekly plan, not just weekly, monthly, weekly, and daily, so that I know what to do to get me prepared to do all of those stuffs.
I see.
Okay. Parama, moving on to your university experience. First of all, what sort of GPA did you need to get into UC Berkeley? What sort of grades were they asking for?
Well, if you ask like what sort of GPA they ask for, well, wait, they don't give a cutoff. First of all, they just give like, let's say the average of the people who gets in might be, I forgot the exact name, for example, 3.6 or 3.5.
Right.
But they don't give a cutoff that said, oh, if you don't get this, you're not going to get in. Or maybe they have, maybe 2.9 or something, but yeah.
And why did you choose UC Berkeley specifically? What was it about that particular university that attracted you to it?
Well, at first, the things that got me interested to go to UC Berkeley was that because my first mentor, the one who told me about this US experience in studying there, was that he went to UC Berkeley, and that got me very interested to go to UC Berkeley at first. But then after I go to the US, I see that the program is also very supportive for my major, and that way I really want to go there for my studies.
Did the fact that it was based in California have any influence on you at all?
Little bit. I mean, the weather is really nice there, so I like it there. Not too cold, not too hot.
Yeah, it's very similar to Indonesia, so you're not going to get cold there, basically.
Yeah, not very similar, but it's good weather there. I like it.
Right, and from UC Berkeley, again, what were you then looking for after that? How did you then come to think about Harvard? What made you think, I don't stop here, I don't want to stop at just my undergraduate? What drove you to move forward?
I would say the drive that got me to go to Harvard was that 3 out of 4 of my studio professor at Berkeley was from Harvard, and they inspire me to pursue my master's degree. I think there are things that I could explore outside my undergrad program, which I think could be used to help out my career in the future. And I think that's the biggest thing that drives me
Right.
for my graduate studies.
That's right.
Okay. Keandra?
Okay, so before we move further, we would like to apologize beforehand because due to overcapacity, I know some of you are streaming from Facebook Live, but don't worry because we've made sure that everything will be the same as if you were in the Zoom session, and we actually have a poll right now on your screen right now on which country you're interested in to go abroad for. If you can help to answer that. I'll give you guys a few more seconds for it. So the poll is closed now. Thank you everyone for participating. And now I want to hear more about Yoriko. Like Yoriko, do you mind to share with us your average you have maintained during your high school year?
Okay, so actually, I'm just like another student who studied at school, then went home to do my homework when I don't have other work to do. And basically, I'm just like a normal kid who came to school at 7:30 and went home at like 4 or 5. And so talking about my score at school, thanks God, because as I mentioned before, my parents were really supportive.
That's right.
Support of my parents, my family, my friends. I still keep to maintain my score like really, really well. And in my final year, I got a quite good result.
Which is?
That I achieved. It was above 90 in average.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. And yeah, I was pretty surprised when I saw my score. I was like, what?
I mean, it got me wondering. How I know that you have a working life as well besides like school life.
Yes.
Can you share us like your schedule on a daily basis looks like? I mean, do you work every day or how does it work?
Okay, so I don't really work every day, but most of the time because I play in movies, and in movies you don't. So like they have a specific time, so you should keep a month example. For a month. So basically the whole month you're gonna shoot that movie, but depends. If the shooting is in Jakarta, I still can't go to school. Sometimes I ask the producer to give me permission to go to school first because I moved to Jakarta for the first time because I got a scholarship as well. So that's why school always been my priority.
I see.
So that's why I always go to school first, and then I go to work right after. And then when I don't have a work, I go to school normally, just like other kids, and then went home, take a rest for a while, and then I have lesson. I have lesson from like example from 5 until 9 p.m. So when I have time to study, I'm just gonna use it to study because I think it's really important for my future as well.
I see. So I'm actually curious, how long does it take actually to film a movie? I mean, it's a 2 hours period of time, but how long does it exactly take?
Okay, actually every movie is different. They have their own difficulties, so it actually depends on the process. Usually a lot of Western countries that create movies, they take more than 3 months to shoot one movie. But here in Indonesia, fun fact, it's actually way faster. For one movie, it can be finished in a month or maybe less. Even there's this movie, example like horror movies and all that, they only take usually 2 weeks to finish.
Oh, really?
Which is really fast. Yeah.
Just scare people, right?
Actually, it depends on the story and all that. Like my movie, Glenn, maybe some of you know the movie.
Yes. Whoa, everyone knows it.
Who doesn't know?
So for the first one, it took us 25 days to finish the movie. And for the second and the third movie, it took us about 2 months because we shoot the second and third movie at the same time.
Oh, I see. And now I'm very curious as well. What got you really think that education is important? I mean, you have a successful career already. Why not pursue it more on that?
Okay, so I believe that everybody in the world think that education is really important because,
Mm.
and I believe that every person has the right to get education. And thank God I was born in a family that put a lot of orientation in education.
Oh.
And so my father is a lecturer.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I learned a lot
Ah,
from him
okay.
about education and how to be disciplined and how important education is. So not only my father but also my mother, she also makes me aware that education is really really important. And yeah, they always support me in everything that deal with education. That's why I always focus like on my education even though I have other work. And I think education is not only taken from school, like
Mm.
you meet other people, communicate with other people, like you
Yes.
can learn something from it. And
Mm.
everything we learn that can develop our skill, our mindset is, I think it's also education.
That's right. So David?
Okay, back to Parama. You have graduated now from UCB, I understand. So you finished at UCB. Have
Yes.
you started yet at Harvard?
Have you? Oh, no, I haven't.
Started? You haven't started. So
No.
what have you done in between graduating from UCB and beginning Harvard? What have you filled your time in with?
Okay, so I graduated from UC Berkeley at 2018.
Mm.
And I've been working in San Francisco from 2018 July until 2019 July.
Right.
And then last year, from September to December, I worked in Japan. And so until December, and then I submitted my application for all the 11 grad schools. And after that, I went back to Indonesia to work. But now mostly work from home due to the quarantine.
Yeah.
And then I received my result. I got my decision on mostly March and February for my grad school, basically.
Right. I mean, okay, you got accepted by Harvard, which in itself is amazing, and congratulations. But you got a scholarship as well, which means not only do Harvard want you to study there, but they're prepared to pay for you to study there. How did you manage that?
Well, maybe to answer that question, if I can say, universities would, if you're a student that the university wants, they actually would fight for you, basically. So basically, if maybe some people would ask me, oh, how did Harvard offers you full tuition scholarship? How did Columbia offers you full tuition scholarship? How did Princeton offers you same amount or more? With even some offers me stipend and position of teaching assistant in their school. Is that this? If the school really wants you, if you can make yourself very interesting in some way, they would fight for you so that you can be in their school, and that way that you can be, after you graduate from the school, you can make their school name nicer, something like that. So the question, another question would be, how would you make yourself interesting for some school? I think the most important thing is that you can, first of all, every year school would receive tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands applications around the world, and they only have like 15 or 20 seconds to just like overview.
How many percent?
No, I'm saying they would review thousands of applications.
Okay.
They only have 15 seconds to read your application.
That's right.
In that 15 seconds, you have to express yourself and in a different way so that the school would be very interested in you. And then the next question, how would you make yourself different? And that question could be answered by your background. The easiest way to understand about someone's competence would be from their previous experience, from their past achievements. One of the examples would be, one, what's your academic grades, like your grades in school. That should be one of the indicators. Second would be what organizations did you join in school back then? Do the organization that you joined support your major to go to the graduate school? And the third would be volunteers. So they other than academics and leaderships, they want to see if you have um, the empathy for other people too. So if you guys can join like volunteer works, this is in my case, it's for a United States school, it's somewhat important too. So first grades, second organization, third would be the volunteers, and the fourth would be find a good mentor that can guide you so that you know the way to get into the schools. And maybe the questions would be, oh, how do you find the right mentor? To me personally, if you want to find a good mentor, you should find a good mentor that is competent and the one that is willing to help you. So if you, let's say you find mentor that's competent, but they don't want to help you, it means nothing. They will not help you. If you find a mentor that is not competent, but is willing to help you, it's not so efficient because he doesn't know what he's doing. So one of the way to find the right mentor would be to find someone who went to the school that you want to go. So because they know what is the right thing to do if you want to go there. So that's one of the things I could.
Right. So I think what you're saying is find a mentor who's chochok, if we're going to use Indonesian here.
That's right.
Gives you an idea. And what are you actually going to study at Harvard? What area is your master's degree based in?
I'll be studying architecture at Harvard.
Architecture. Okay. And then the plan after Harvard is to work in the US for a while, or bring your skill set back to Indonesia?
Eventually I want to go back to Indonesia, but if you ask me whether I want to work there or not, I still don't know because it's still a couple of years from now.
Right,
Okay.
right. I mean, the good thing is you've still got time to make that decision.
Yep.
So I just want to go back and be more detailed a bit. Like you said, a related organization to the major that you are in, that you wanted to apply for. So what's the organization you actually involved in?
For me, because I majored in architecture, I went in my previous college before UC Berkeley. I went to Diablo Valley College. I took ACE Club. That's is Architecture, Construction, Engineering Club. And then I went to ESC, Engineering Student Council, and there I hold a position as an officer. So I was the brand manager for the ACE Club, and then I was the creative coordinator for the ESC. So it's a good thing for people, not just being a member in an organization, but it would be a plus if you can be an officer too. That means you have a leadership role in the organization.
Right. And Yoriko, back to you. So what are your plans then? Now you're thinking about America. Why America to begin with?
So basically, since I have a pretty tight schedule, and then so basically I came across JIC program, which is 2 years in Jakarta and 1 year in USA in Western Michigan University. So I picked that program because I have other work to do as well. I have some upcoming movies, and we've done shooting it already, but like it's not published yet. So I think if I go to US like for the first year, I think it's gonna be something that's it's gonna mess up my schedule with my work and everything. So that's why I picked the 2+1 program in the JIC, and yeah.
Right. So Yeah, it's probably not a good time at the moment to bring out movies. Nobody can go to the
Yeah,
movies.
exactly. No one will watch it anyway.
Right, so you're filling your time in a more efficient way by doing something else that doesn't impact too much on your career, but still helps you to move forward as well.
So
Smart.
just a bit of an explanation. Yoriko mentioned about the 2+1 program. It's actually USA bachelor degree is actually 4 years, but one academic year we have like 4 months holiday, right? In JIC we eliminate that summer holiday and we replace it to the next semester one. So you got like first year 8 months and then another 8 months and another 8 months for the second and third year. So you got a sum up of 24 months for the 3 academic years, and for the remaining 1 year you can graduate in Western Michigan University. That's why you got 2+1 like Yoriko mentioned.
See.
And what about Parama? Have you ever heard of JIC?
Yeah, one of my friend in the US actually went to JIC. That's how I know JIC at first.
I see. Thank you. And
Go ahead.
what about major?
Huh?
Now let's talk about major for Yoriko. There's a polling actually for you all about the major that you may be interested in. If you can help us to pick which major you are interested in. Thank you for participating, and I think the poll is closed now. And now Yoriko, what major you're interested at?
Actually, I'm really interested in business.
Oh.
In business, and yeah, I'm taking business later on.
Mm.
But I think like I'm in this entertainment industry, and I think it's a business as well. And so basically I want to learn like a lot from it, and I also want to create like job opportunities because to other people. So, and I wanted to, you know, create something. And yeah, that's why I take business. And my dad also teach in like business, and yeah.
So your dad is like a big inspiration for you. That's really great.
Do you see your long-term future in front of the camera or behind the camera? The
That's interesting.
Yoriko, do you think you will continue to be in front of the camera, or because you're taking business, do you think you might start to move behind the camera and be more of a producer and the business side of it?
Actually, I want to be in front of the camera and behind the camera. I can be the movie star as well, and I can be the director as well. That would be like example like Bradley Cooper. He did his movie, which is called Stars Born, and he was the director of the movie. And I think that's pretty cool. You play in the movie and you're the director as well. And
double income as well.
Double income.
True. We actually have a student who is also a producer. What movie was it? He was what movie? Yeah, I forgot. But he was also taking movie, and I guess that's true because business also gives a lot of door opens for you because it's quite general and you can make everything out of business major.
Okay, we've spoken about how you are inspirations to other people. Who inspired you? Who are your heroes, your mentors? Who do you look up to? Parama first.
Well, if someone asks me who's your like inspiration, I would say a lot. What kind of inspiration? I have my architectural inspiration. I have my the school inspiration, and then lots of things. So first, I would say my biggest inspiration would be my mentors, which are my seniors who have guided me so far. If there are many people, it's good for everyone not just have like one single mentor because you would only get one perspective. But if you get multiple perspectives that could help you to guide you until to get admitted to the school that you want, that would be much better. Even for architecture inspiration, I have some people that I look up to. One of them would be the architect that I worked for when I was in Japan, because his passion for architectural humanity really drives me to pursue architecture to help others. Okay, that's a few of some of my inspirations.
Okay, and Yoriko, who are your heroes?
Actually, to answer this question, it's quite hard for me. It's quite difficult because, in my opinion, everybody that do good things is an inspiration for me. Even my friends, they could be my inspiration. Maybe like some people that I just met and they do something that's really that really inspired me. They could be my inspiration as well, I think. So basically, everyone that do good stuff, good things, and something that's new, they're my inspiration.
Nice. Okay. So if you can name one, now we're getting away from the inspiration people. Now, if you can name one of the most regretted failure you've ever experienced, and maybe as a comparison to it, also your cherished achievement. Do you want to start? Maybe Yoriko start first, then Parama.
Okay. So my most regret failure, I would say, I don't know. When I was a kid, I don't really eat a lot.
Then you'll never have a body fat problem.
Exactly. And I was like, oh, and now I can't really stop eating. And I think that's like, I regret that. And like, basically, like, there is nothing like too serious, but something that I really regret. But like my most cherished achievement, I would say, I think it's scholarship. Since I was in primary till now, the scholarship has led me to grow up into like this level. Even I also got a scholarship to pursue my study in JIC and USA. I also got a scholarship, and I got a full scholarship as well from my previous school, from primary till I graduate. And yeah, I think that's one of the biggest blessing I have. And if I have to mention one other achievement in my entertainment industry, I would say my movie Dilan.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Parama?
To me, the things that I regret the most would be some of the opportunity that I didn't take when I want to apply for scholarships. So I think I regret it the most because I don't know whether I could get it or not. And the things that I really cherish is when I try to apply to those scholarships and I actually get some of them.
Got it. Yeah, that's right.
You know?
Do you want to brag to all of us here where you actually got accepted in? Like the list of universities you got accepted to?
Okay.
Like what's the rest of other than Harvard?
Oh, you mean the school that I applied for grad school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which one accepted you?
Yeah. Let me
start off with how many actually you applied.
I applied to 11 schools. I applied to 11 schools. I got 11 schools, thankfully.
11 got it.
And the schools are the schools are Harvard, MIT, Princeton, Yale, Penn, Columbia, Cornell, Berkeley, UCLA, USC, and Rice. 11.
And how many gave you scholarship for that?
7 schools offered me scholarships.
Wow. Even so many people would want to pay for that and still couldn't get in.
Yeah, I was very thankful and grateful for the opportunity. So, thank you so much.
It's interesting to hear both of you talk about things that you regret, because normally when you have successful people, you naturally assume that nothing has ever gone wrong for them, that their life has been perfect, that they've never experienced problems. So I think it's very, it helps other people to understand that your life is not always going to be perfect. You are going to have issues and problems that you need to overcome. But if you can do that in a positive way, then obviously eventually you will get to where you want to be in life. As I said, I think it's a lot of days we just assume that successful people never have problems, that they're always happy, they're always successful, and that's not realistic, to be honest. So I think it's good to hear you be honest about your own experiences and the fact that life isn't always smooth and easy, but if you are persistent and you're motivated, then you can achieve what you want. I think that's a very good lesson for people listening.
Right.
What else do we need to talk about, Keandra? Is it now the tricks and tips session?
Before that, no, I forgot what I want to ask. It came to my mind and it passes by.
Apart from,
all right.
Let's say 20 years from now. I know it's a long time, but think about 20 years from now. Where would you like to be? What would you like to be doing? What would be your situation? So, Yoriko, 20 years from now, what do you think?
That'll be how old?
Superstar.
20 years from now, I would probably be married to someone. And then I wanted to create my own movie, be a producer, and then create my own business, have a successful life, and be successful in my music career as well. And yeah, because I'm going to pursue my career in the music industry, and I've always wanted to have my own songs, my own album, and all that. And I think that's gonna happen in the next 20 years, probably in the next few years as well. And yeah, I hope so.
Good.
We will hope for the best for you.
Yeah.
Parama?
Well, for me, at first I thought I would start my own firm and then just do whatever architectural firm I wanna do. But now that I have been in the field for the past years, I've been thinking to do something more than that, to use my architectural skill to actually help people. Because I think that is more important to rather than just having projects. And that was one of the reasons that I went to Japan to learn from the architects that actually use the skills to help the humanity. So I hope in the future I could both build buildings and also build humans. I mean, building others, supporting each other to the lives.
Building family?
Oh, no? Of course. Of course, one of them.
Okay.
Trying to matchmake here, Keandra. Are you trying
I'm a big one at that. Okay. So, if you can give out a definition, what is success for you two? Who wants to start first? Parama, maybe, or Yoriko? Yoriko.
Okay. So basically, success for me is when I can do everything well, and then when I can balance everything: my school, my work, my family, my social life. And I think success is learning something new each day and every day. And I think if you're a better person, like for yesterday, you are a really, really lucky person. So keep learning so you can be a successful person one day.
Okay.
Parama?
Well, to me, success is the moment when you learn something. So it's like when you're successful, you gain something, right? Even if you fail to do something, you still gain or learn something. And I think that's one of the success thing that could lead you up to better future. So I think when you gain something or you learn something, it's a success to me.
Okay.
Right. Considering the title of this whole session was tips and tricks with how to improve yourself, I think if you could give us sort of a summary of your best advice for the people that are listening, your tips, your tricks to success, starting possibly with Parama, in terms of how you've achieved your success. If you were going to give us like bullet points as to what is something that has helped you, what would be your tips to success, please?
Tips and tricks to study, maybe, too, as well.
Sure. Okay, maybe to start with, I think the most important thing for you to be successful, and in this case, maybe to get admitted to the school that you really want to go, would be to be different in a positive way, which means that you can differentiate yourself from other candidates in a good way, so that the university is very interested in you. And secondly, and this is for the tips in studying, I would say you need to make a long-term plan, medium plan, and a short-term plan, which means that you know what you want to achieve in the next 6 months, a year, and by that time you can have another plan, a smaller plan that could guide you in a medium term way. And the last one, you need to prepare for your short-term plan, like daily plan, weekly plan, because that really helped me through my career and then my education career for the past years. And as I mentioned multiple times, having a mentor is the key for you to get your success. Also, I told Miss Kendra, if you're interested to go to JIC, and if you want to get some mentorship from me, you can also get one. If you decided to go to JIC because of me, feel free to use my referral code. It's Parama20, and then I will give you a mentorship session that would guide you for your education career.
That's
So
right.
the link is on my Instagram. It's at Parama_PS. That's on my bio. And my code is Parama20. Because I think without mentorship, it's just like a one things that pass away. So I think mentorship is really crucial for everyone to be in the position that they wish. I think those are the important things.
Okay.
Hey,
So
thank you.
another tips and tricks for studying. Like I have this question asked for you, I think, and Yoriko. What about distraction? I know so many things is happening in nowadays, especially like social media and whatnot, Instagram. Like, how do you focus? How do you stay focused on studying when you're studying?
So I think it's really important for us to know like, what our priorities are because I think it helps me a lot. And you always have to make sure that everything run equally, your work, your school, your education, your social life, because if we don't have friends, we don't have any social life, it's also not good for our future because we always need someone else by our side, right?
Yes.
When to run a business, you can't you need other help from other people too, right?
Yes.
So I think social life is also important. And I think support from other people, from could be your friends or your family, it's really important. All of this actually helped me to cope with any of the pressure in my activity because sometimes I got tired. And my support, my friends, they gave me supports like, oh, it's okay, it's gonna be worth it because like now I think it's okay to like get tired and everything because in the future you're gonna get the result. So don't give up easily. Yeah, that's really important.
Okay. How about you, Parama?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
The tips and tricks for studying and how to stay focused on your study.
Okay, that's interesting because I just talked about this on my last video on my YouTube channel.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys can check it out on my YouTube channel. It's Parama Suteja, by the way. So for me to, if you want to stay focused on your study, first I would say the laziness came from temptation and opportunity. So temptation plus opportunity means laziness. So my temptation in my case would be social media like Instagram or TikTok and whatever. But
Oh,
no, I don't use TikTok. I just have
it's
it.
okay. You are.
No, I don't
No
use it.
judgment here.
But the opportunity is that when you take your phone and actually use the app. So if you want to stay focused, you can only control the opportunity. The app will always be there. The Instagram will always be there. TikTok, Mobile Legend, and all those apps would be there. But the thing that you can control is that when you don't have your phone with you. So if you want to study, for me, you can just put your phone far away. Or to me, I sometimes deleted my app for 2-3 days while I was studying for my exam, because I think
Yeah.
that led to the efficient study to me.
That's a very good tip, actually. Delete your social media account during
For a
exam
while.
period
Then you
and
can
then
put it there.
re-download it again.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
yes,
can
that's a
download
very
it
good
after.
one. Yeah,
At
yeah,
least
that's
you
right.
can stay focused on your exam.
Yes, yes, I definitely agree with that. So, just to think of it, like, there's a question from the panel actually. Parama, and Yoriko, how do you get scholarship offers from university, and Yoriko also from the school year, right? And do you think the scholarship comes to you because of your talent, or is it? She said that is it because you are smart, or because it's because of your effort?
Okay, who's gonna answer first?
Okay, maybe to
First.
answer this, maybe you guys need to explain whether you have what's your rank in high school, maybe, and then let's start from there, so we can have a clear picture for this.
Okay, so basically for me, it all started in 2013. It was about 7 years ago. So before I moved to Jakarta, I lived in South Borneo in Banjarmasin,
Okay.
and I moved to Jakarta because when I was in grade 6, because I received a scholarship from my previous school, Global Sevilla.
Mm.
And actually, the scholarship was only from grade 7 till grade 9.
Mm.
Because of my academic achievement, they gave me more scholarship, which is from primary until grade 12 until I graduate high school.
Wow.
That's because at first I joined like this event. It's called Jagoan Cerdas Indonesia.
Wow.
And I won the first place. So there, like, they don't just see your academic. They don't only see your academic. They also see like your other talent, like other than school and all that. So I became the brand ambassador as well. I got the TVC, and that's how my career started. So basically, yeah, I got it because of that event. And I think because like I always prioritize my school first, and I can balance like my score and school, and then my work also. That's why my school gave me like another scholarship, because my score is pretty good. I think I would say it's pretty
So
good.
you would say you're in the top how many percent in your school?
I would say top 3.
Top 3?
Top 3.
Wow. Not top 3%, but top 3?
Top 3.
Oh, wow. That's
Wow.
very good. How about you, Parama?
Okay.
The first place.
Well, for high school, high school has 3 years, right? Through 6 semester.
Yes.
My first semester, I got second place.
Second rank?
Yeah, and then for the rest of the semesters, I got first rank.
Wow.
Told you.
I see. So how long does it take to study to be in that level of achievement, academic achievement? How long do you spend for studying?
It varies, but I am the kind of person who, when I study, I'm trying to stay focused on what I'm doing. So I could go 6 to 8 hours a day if there's an exam, but if
Okay.
not, it's okay.
Note this, 6 to 8 hours during exam.
During exam, but after the exam, I go hang out with people.
Okay, so need to balance it out
Yeah.
still, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Yoriko?
Me, I usually take lessons. So after school, I can like go to lesson from like 5 until 9 or until 11, because I think yeah, as Parama mentioned before, I stay focused on like when I study, I put my phones away, and like I just try to like be focused. And yeah, it took me, I think, yeah, 6 hours ish to study for exam, or maybe the
What do you,
depends. Depends on
what do you think of these two kids, David?
Well, I think their success speaks for themselves. I don't think
Yeah, they deserve
they
it.
want anybody to tell them that they are
Yeah.
successful and they're motivated. I think their own behavior and their own
Yes.
achievements is
That's right.
very well documented, and it's down to their own hard work. I think that they are also intelligent enough to realize that they can't do this on their own, that there's been other people to help them on this journey. And I think it's been made very clear that you need to choose the right people around you to help you. It will make the journey a lot smoother, a lot easier. It will help you focus. And I think that's something that's come across very clearly in what both of them have spoken about their experiences, which, to be honest, are very different. We're not looking at two students who have very similar backgrounds here, but they're both successful. So success can come in many different forms, but I think there's a lot of common ideas that have come from this that they both share, and I think that's helped both of them. So these are good tips. These are good things that students need to learn.
That's right. And it really opens up our mind, yeah, if you really put an effort in it. I mean, you should put an effort if you want something out of it. It's not like out of the blue, then you get it, right? Yeah. Okay, so I would say that you guys are being very involved in everything, like every part of your social life, academic life, and everything is well-rounded. But I'm sure that you guys got pressure or stress. How do you guys manage to have it under control? Who wants to start first? Parama?
Sure, I can start first.
Okay.
To me, things that you feel is very difficult is that when you see the problem as a whole, like you see the problem as a big chunk, but the way I overcome those things is that I cut a slice of those problems into smaller things that I could manage. So I would say when you face a problem, you gotta plan and make that problem into a smaller problems that you could manage. That way you could overcome your stress. That's basically it.
Okay. Thank you. Yor?
I actually agree with Parama. I do that too. And I think, as I mentioned before, support from other people could be really important. Basically, surround yourself with positive vibes, positive people that could really help you to cope with any of the pressure, any of the stress. And yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, maybe can you enlighten us a bit about how do you actually like cut the big problem to smaller problem by using example? Parama? Example on it, yeah.
Okay.
So we can all try to imagine how it works.
Okay, in a metaphorical case, let's say when you when I give you like a birthday cake, like this big of birthday cake, and I say, oh, eat these, just eat. I would not finish that, because that's so big. When you cut those cake into smaller slices of cakes, and you eat it in the morning, you eat one in the afternoon, you eat that one at night, 1 or 2 days, those cake would be gone. You would finish that in no time.
That's right.
So in my case, if I have the first time I heard about homeworks in UC Berkeley, they would give me, okay, these are your homeworks, 5 homeworks. If I see that as one big homeworks, I would not start to do it. But when I see that as, okay, this is homework for Monday, and then this one is for Tuesday morning, Tuesday night, I could finish those homework in just 2-3 days, you know, because I make that big one chunk problem into smaller little problems that I could manage. That's one of the examples.
Okay. So in other case, also prioritize, yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
prioritize things that you want to do. That's very important.
David?
How do I deal with stress? I never get
No.
stressed. I work at JIC. It's a great place to work. We don't have stress here. It's easy.
Nice.
Okay.
Again, I think everybody has stress, and
Yes.
it's something that is assumed that because you're young, you don't have stress. It's taken that you're young, you don't understand about life, you're not going to experience stress. That's not true. We experience stress at every stage of our life. But I think if you've got a good mental attitude and a plan as how to deal with that stress, then I think it makes it a lot easier to get through it. It's not something that you need to worry about per se, because if you're prepared and you have a plan as to how you're going to deal with it, then I think when stress happens, which it will do because life is like that, then you can handle it. And so certainly planning, prioritizing, these again are very good tips for students at any age. It doesn't matter whether you're 15, 30, 50. These are good. This is good advice for anybody.
Okay, so before we actually gonna go through the question and answer you guys have, maybe not all because there's quite a lot. Maybe I want to give a chance for Parama to ask question to Yoriko, just one maybe. And Yoriko, maybe if you want to ask question to Parama, I'll give you guys the chance for this.
Okay, I'm gonna ask
Okay.
Parama first. Okay. So, like when you first moved to America, when you first moved to the US, like how is it easy to like adapt with your surroundings, and before you live with your family, and all of a sudden you just like all alone by yourself? Like how do you deal with that?
Okay. So yeah, because you're gonna face it in the next 2 years, right? Yeah. It was at first it was a bit difficult to me because I came from a national school, so English was not my first language at that time. But we're humans that can adapt. So I think in my first semester, I tried to have myself been surrounded with people who speak English, and that way I could adapt to the surroundings. So it really depends. In my case, it was the people who's very supportive around me that drives me in a smooth pathway for my transition, because they tell me what to do, they tell me what not to do, and that way at first was hard, but at the end is okay to me. I think the first semester was the hardest one, but after that, that's it.
Okay. So do you have a question in mind? Or if you still want to think about it, I want to add a bit to what Yoriko question. Actually, it's a very interesting and it's a very important question for a student who wants to study abroad. I'm going to speak this from my own personal experience when I was still a student. So I would say that people have their own experience, their own things that they need to be adapt of, like, because everyone is different, like they have different background, right? So for me personally, I would say it's the friends, because when you're moving to another country, the surroundings is different, and then you got set of activities that you need to do differently when you're at home, mainly like washing dishes. Then you need to take care of your own self. Even thinking about food is actually an adaptation. Is that right, Parama?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then and then there's no family with you. So I was actually quite thankful as well, because I've already got friends along with me. And I really can say this because I actually compare it to my experience when I did my internship at IBM Singapore, and it was like a group of teenagers as well. I mean, like we're of the same age, but it's actually quite a different experience. For me, it's harder because I didn't know them just yet. So it's really helpful when I was a JIC alumni. So I'm very thankful when I got here to JIC and then met some friends and then moved together. It's a really smooth transition. And do you want to add to this, David?
Yeah, I've lived in Indonesia now for 20 years, but some of my best friends are still the people that I met at university a long time ago in the UK, even though we don't live in the same country, not even in the same hemisphere. They're all in the northern hemisphere.
Different time.
I don't see them every day, but I can still count them as some of my closest friends in the world. So I think the friendships and the connections that you make at university stay with you
really
forever.
Yes,
it's not things that you lose. The friends that you make, because you're going through shared experiences, you're all in a new country. You're all going through a different environment. And I think that brings you closer together. And even, as I say, 20 years into the future, I am still closest to those people that I met at university.
Yeah.
So I think it's not just about the studying.
Yeah.
I think there's a social side to university. There's a social education, which is just as important as the formal qualification and the tests and the assignments that you have to do. You learn a lot about yourself as a human being. You learn a lot about yourself in terms of your relationship with other people. And this is valuable experience for the rest of your life. So it's something that it's not all about the study. Concentrate on the friendships as well.
Yeah, friends is also a big factor because I mean, if your friends is like bad influence on you, then you may carrying on to that flow. But if you have like good friends, then you'll be to the other flow, right?
Right.
So what do you want? Have you thought of a question for Yoriko?
No, it's just my question would be like, I'm really amazed with your like academic achievement and your non-academic achievements, which is amazing. Like you did really well in your entertainment industry. I still don't know how do you manage your time to get like such a good high grades with such a good achievement in the entertainment industry. How do you manage that, like study and work?
Okay, so actually, my school they were pretty flexible, and I think it's really important for us to be active. And for me, I always, whenever like I don't go to school, sometimes I shoot a movie in like another city. Like example, before I shoot Dylan in Bandung, right? So it's not possible for me to like go back to Jakarta. Like after I shoot today, I go back to Jakarta. It's not possible, right? So basically, I have to stay in Bandung.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically just like don't go to school. But once I have the time to go to school, I will always go to school, and like just ask my teachers. Just like came to them, and then I asked them, "Sir, can I have extra work because I didn't go to school like a few days ago? Can you like you can't even add more work because like I didn't go to school for a month, example." I always
so you asked for more work. Wow.
I always ask them for work because I think I miss a lot of classes, right? And usually in every class they always do work if they have homework, and I didn't do any of that. So basically just came up to the teacher and like asked for extra work and like maybe a test or something to add like extra mark and all that. I always do that. And basically you can like basically use
Yeah.
your mobile phone to communicate like with your friends, right? I always do that. I always ask them, is there like any exam coming up soon, or is there any test, or like what did I miss? I always do that. That's
Right. I see. So finding a supportive friends and supportive school that could support your career is important. Yeah.
really.
But
Yep. You want to ask questions to this too, David?
I'm impressed with these two.
Yeah, I'm picking up a question now.
I'm being impressed. I'm questioned out.
And all the questions are all very good. I feel
Yeah.
like I want them to
Do you
answer
have
all
any
of this.
questions from the people listening? Do you want to
Yes,
choose?
yes. I'm choosing right now actually,
Okay.
but for Yoriko and Parama, this is coming from Laila Dwi Yuniar. What do you guys do if your parents don't support you to choose an area that you like? That's quite the case. So, who wants to answer first?
I think Pak Parama would start first.
okay, sure.
Kak Parama, start
Yeah.
first, Kak.
I'm quite surprised. I've been receiving this kind of question for the past days. Things that I can tell is that if your parents does not agree with the major that you want to go, first things you can ask yourself, why did they not agree with the major that you want to go? And if you could prove to your parents that this major actually would benefit you in the future, I think they would be fine about it, you know? But the key is that you can prove them that the major is actually suit you or fits you, rather than just asking for your parents, please, I really want to go to this major because I love it. That's not the reason why you want to take that major. Your parents wants the best for you, so you should convince them that that major is the best for you. That's basically it.
Yep. I cannot argue with that because I mean parents must be pasti lah ya, want the best for you. But I mean every kid is different. They have their own passion. It's just the way you maybe convince your parents and prove to your parents.
Yeah, you can convince them.
Yep.
That's good.
Kalau Yoriko?
So far, gak pernah ada this kind of case in my family. But I have a few friends that yang parents-nya benar-benar gak support. Example, they wanted to take art, but like the parents wanted them to take business, example. And I think, yeah, as Kak Parama mentioned before, your family wants the best for you, and yeah, you basically just have to convince them that this major is the best for you, and you have to prove it to them kalau benar-benar kita pengen serius ke major itu, dan kita nggak bisa cuman bilang, oh aku maunya masuk ini. We can't just do that, right? Kita harus benar-benar prove it to them that we're serious, like we're really into this gitu. Jadi menurut aku harus benar-benar kita tunjukin mereka kalau kita serius dengan major itu. Dan kita pasti bakal lakuin yang terbaik kalau kita bisa masuk major itu.
Right. Like one of my friend, he wanted to pursue major in drums, music, but playing drums. Well, at first, his parents did not agree, but after he won like tons of competitions, he joined like one of the best jazz band in Indonesia. His parents are very supportive about the major. So if you can prove them with your achievement or anything, that would be really great.
Okay. And there's a question. How do you overcome your fear of failing, but in a positive way? So if you fail something, how do you overcome it?
Okay, I think, in my opinion, when you fail, it's not the end of the world, you know.
Yes.
Like when you fail, it means you learn something from it. Jadi it's okay kalau kita salah atau kita gagal dalam suatu hal. I think kalau misalnya kita nggak gagal, kita lancar-lancar terus, we'll never learn anything. Jadi kita harus optimis, terus
Yeah.
harus tetap semangat sih, in my opinion. Karena memang pada saat kita gagal, itu kita harus ambil positifnya. Oh, kita mungkin next time kita bakal melakukannya in the other way yang lebih bagus lagi kayak gitu sih.
Okay. Kalau Parama?
Well, I think the fear of failure it's when you haven't done something. Like, okay, I'm afraid that I would get rejected to MIT. But my question would be, have you tried to apply to MIT? So, fear of failure, if you want to get rid of that, I think just try.
Okay.
You should go.
How about if we already try but fail? How do you overcome it?
Well, then, if you fail, my question would be, did you learn something? Did you gain something? Because for me, previously I applied for multiple scholarship back then in undergraduate.
Okay.
Not all of them accepted me, only some of them. A few of them did. But from that, I learned how can I do better next time. So that's the most important thing. How can you learn something from your failure?
That's right. Okay, so this is I like this question and it's very humane. How dia pakai bahasa Indonesia, so I'm just gonna repeat it. Gimana caranya menghilangkan rasa malas saat belajar? Nah lo, ini problem. Like everyone went through it, like all ages, but it's true, it's there. So how do you get rid of it?
Well, for me, I would get constantly be reminded of my goal. Let's say I want to go to MIT. Then I do get lazy sometimes. I get burned out when I study too. But my question would be, how long would you be lazy or not studying? When I get lazy, I would ask myself, okay, if you don't study now, will that support your pathway to MIT? Of course not, because you don't study. You're not gonna get good grades. So that's a good reminder for me. And then the next question, then if you stay lazy like this, will this give you a good grade? Of course not, right? And then the last question would be, so what would you have to do? Of course, study again, get back to study. Because you should always get reminded of your future goal. That's why I've always said this at the beginning. You should have a clear goal of what you want to achieve. And that way, you can constantly be reminded of what you need to do to achieve that goal. That's for me.
Okay, thank you. So I think there's one last question for each of you. This is a separate question that only Yoriko can answer, and one other is Parama only can answer. So Yoriko, this is coming from George Margono. How did you get into entertainment industry? Was it from audition, or do you have specific things that we need to do to get the industry's attention? And then how can you get into the entertainment industry without any connection? And how do you find success in the entertainment industry?
Okay, so the first time I started my career in the entertainment industry is when I moved to Jakarta, when I got the scholarship as well. I got the scholarship, and I became the brand ambassador of the one that made the event. And I also got the TV commercial, right? That was the first time. And then basically after that, like I just joined like castings and all that. So basically it's totally fine when you don't have connection. Actually here in Jakarta, they have this place where they where they do castings all the time. You can come to the production house, just come there, just like do castings. Because like the first time, I don't just like get the movie directly. I go to like to the production house to try casting for like this movie and like that movie. So basically, just try. It's okay if you don't get it. Just at least just try it, because once you do it, the production house will know. Oh, maybe like for other movies, this girl character will suit the movie like that. So basically, it's fine if you don't have any connection. Just just try to like join the castings, and how to be
Success.
successful in the entertainment industry. Basically, do something that's different in a positive way. Yeah, do something that's different in a positive way. Don't make like apa those kind of things, sensasi and all that. Don't
Okay. Yeah.
Viral.
yeah don't because once you do that, orang-orang tuh bakal nggak nge-appreciate kalian karena your work gitu. Orang lihat kalian karena sensasi doang gitu. Jadi I think that's one of the thing yang harus banget dihindarin. And yeah, basically make friends in the entertainment industry as well, and then be kind to others, even though, example, like you feel like this person is annoying, but you'll never know that maybe like next time you're gonna need that person. So just basically make friends, that would help. And yeah, basically harus pede juga.
Yeah.
Harus pede. Even sometimes Yoriko aja suka nggak pede gitu, tapi like you have to force it, kayak yakin, you have to be optimistic, harus bisa. Like remind yourself that kayak gitu. Jadi jangan pesimis duluan, harus optimis.
Oke. Nah, ini satu buat Parama. Nah, Parama, kalau dari community college, is it a guarantee that you can get into UC Berkeley?
Of course not. Simple answer, no.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, you have to work hard for it. It's just,
Okay.
let's say in my year would be 10-15% get to nice schools.
10 to 15% is actually from the whole
Indonesia.
The whole Indonesian. Okay.
I don't know the other.
Not the whole schools, right?
Yeah, I just know about the Indonesians in my college. That's
okay. Okay. So 10% is already total, not only for UC Berkeley, but everything, right?
Maybe 10% UC Berkeley, 10 to 15 maybe the nice schools like UCLA.
I see.
And other good schools.
I see. Okay, so that's the total amount. And then this is one more, and this is the last. And I forgot the name because I browsed through the questions very quickly because there's a lot of questions. And how do you have a goal in life? What's your goal, and how do you manage your goal in life, and what do you do to attain it? So what's your goal in life?
Who?
Either one of you. I think that person was asking, gimana cara menemukan goal dalam hidupmu? Oh, it's an anonymous one.
Well, that's a big question.
Yes, it
for
is.
Me, for others, because why would you not have a goal in life? You know, I think even when you live right now, that's one of a goal, to survive. How would you wanna survive your life? How would you wanna enjoy your life?
So even the simplest thing can be a goal, right?
Yeah. Like let's say, maybe for me, helping others, that's one of the things that makes me happy. So that could be like a little goal in life that drives your daily life going, you know. Everything can be a goal of your life. Just have to find it.
Okay, thank you, Parama. And now Yoriko?
Yeah, I agree basically. And I think in this condition right now, quarantine and all this, I think we have like so many time to try things. And I think like, when you enjoy something, example, like I love playing music, and like I have like in mind, I want to make I really wanted to have an album. That's one of like that's a goal, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
even the small things can be a goal. And yeah, I think basically every person always have a goal. Maybe you just don't know it. You think it's
Just
not
yet.
really that important, but
Mm.
it actually is. Even like small things. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we're about to end our session here, and there's actually a lot of questions still on the question and answer panel, but maybe I'm just gonna send over the questions to both of you, and then I will try to communicate with the people that asking the questions, the response from both of you. Is that okay with you too?
Yep.
Okay, thank you everyone. And thank you, Parama and Yoriko. For the last one, do you have any message you want to tell to all of the people here?
Okay. Stay safe, everyone. Good luck with everything in your life. And then yeah. In this situation juga lagi ada pandemic corona and all this. Tetap semangat di rumah. Terus try new things. Yang mungkin hal-hal yang sebelumnya kan pernah coba. Try all the positive things. Dan pokoknya semangat terus. Dan semoga bisa seperti Kak Parama. Or you can
Dan
use
Yoriko juga.
or you guys can use your time to study or something, just like be productive. Karena aku sekarang jujur ikut iseng-iseng ikut online kelasnya Harvard University juga. Jadi just like use your time to learn something new.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Yoriko. Parama?
There's this one quote that I really like that I always mention at the end of this kind of seminar. That's shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. So you should try your best to achieve your goal. Even if you don't get your goal, you would still land among the stars. You would still learn something. You would still get something. So to me, just do your best, work hard, and never give up. That's it.
Okay, everyone, I think that's the end of our session. Thank you for joining our webinar. This is the first one ever, and please, during this pandemic, stay safe, and more importantly, maybe stay happy as well. And I'm Kiandra here. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone.
Sampai jumpa di JIC.
Sampai jumpa di JIC. Thank you.